We were very interested in what he had to say. He brought up a lot of topics of interest, healthcare being probably one of the primary ones, one we haven't heard a lot about, except that we're going to see a plan. We are now looking at the plan, digesting it. Initial concerns are that we're a state, one of 13, who's not expanded Medicaid in the last 10 years. And I have concerns that we're going to use a block grant, which has not been used in any other state in the union. There are concerns that a block grant is going to result in cuts in Oklahoma's losing coverage, as well as cuts to prescription medication. So this is something we need to look into, do a deep dive on. But initially, it doesn't seem to make sense to use a plan that no one else has used. Tennessee's looking at it, but if there are going to be work requirements attached, Tennessee's already been informed that there will be litigation, which the governor mentioned, work requirements, I think he said minor work requirements, which leads us to concerns that this could end up in litigation. Let's just open it up for questions.
Your overall thoughts on the economy? He led off with that. The numbers are slightly down, but
our numbers are slightly down. And anytime you talk about the economy, I think it's always really important that we remember that last year we had revenue to spend on the needs of Oklahomans, because the year before, the House and the Senate, Democrats and Republicans, raised revenue. So this year, our revenue is going to be flat. Senator Thompson's alluded to that, and we don't have that revenue. We didn't raise revenue last session. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions. When the governor talks about taking another $100 million and putting it in a savings account, I have concerns about that. My caucus argued against putting $200 million in a savings account last session, and we're going to argue about sending another $100 million. We just have too many needs that have been left unmet by not spending money that we actually have in the bank.
What about increasing the cap on the rainy day fund? You proposed increasing from 15 to 30% on certified revenue. Do you at least agree with the philosophy of having more funding set aside to prepare the state better for when inevitably economic downturn happens?
I guess the question I always have on that, and it's brought up, is what exactly constitutes an economic downturn? I mean, how bad do things have to get before we use the money that we've got in the savings account for the needs of the people of Oklahoma? We're still not funding education at a proper level. Higher education is not even being funded at 2008 levels. Healthcare has been a huge issue, which we finally acknowledged by saying we do need to expand Medicaid. So we've got a lot of needs in the state. And if the rainy day fund is there to take up the slack when we have problems, when the needs that aren't being met, then I think we're already there.
Can you talk a little bit about his plan to increase efficiency, save money by consolidating state agencies and finding new streamlined ways of doing things within the agencies?
I've heard that before. I've been here 7 years, and I think governors come in and they want to streamline government, which I think is a noble cause, and I think we need to do it when it needs to be done. But if we're going to consolidate agencies, then we need to take a very, very close look at that, especially if we're going to consolidate medical agencies. It is an incredibly complex issue. Just because an agency has medical or health care or something like that in their title of the agency doesn't mean that they all serve the same purpose. Just one example is the federal funding that we get for a lot of our health services in the state that are administered through these agencies. If we're going to lose funding for one area because it's consolidated with another area, that's just one example of how complicated this can be. So I don't think it's something that we should try to push out in 4 months. I think it needs to be studied. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that we don't have enough information in order to get up there.
What did you think of the governor's request in legislature to use some of the leftover money from last year and some of the revenue stabilization fund to cover any possible lost revenue from tribal
It's the situation with the compacts has been very unfortunate. The tribes have been wonderful partners for the state. They're one of the largest employers of the state. And we have gotten to a point with discussions with the tribes that we never had to get to. This has gone way too far. And to try to shore it up using monies that are needed elsewhere, it is concerning to me. This matter could be handled and taken care of, and it could have been handled before litigation, and now we're in litigation. And frankly, the governor doesn't seem any more open to the idea of perhaps sitting back down with the tribes and trying to work this out. Once it got to court, I think we hit a point where it's going to do very serious damage to our long-term relationship with the tribes.